continuing our discussion about violence in pro wrestling, and I think it's funny just the way we've been talking. I feel like we're doing a tap dance a little bit. You know what I mean? This is such a fine line when you're doing things that involve color, foreign objects, stuff like that in pro wrestling, that it has to, number one, it's got to fit your audience and it's got to fit your story. So, those are important things. And I think sometimes that you guys have probably seen out there that people are just doing stuff to do stuff. And that doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Swerve, when Swerve Strickland was catching criticism for what they did in that match, he said, it was an unsanctioned match. What'd you expect? Got it. Good point. Mm-hmm. At the same time, John, you were talking about your audience. GCW's audience.
Yes.
They're ready for that. When you walk in the door, you don't know what you're going to get. There may be a donkey kicking somebody in the face or an anvil getting bounced off somebody's head or something like that.
Sometimes two donkeys.
Yeah. But with AEW, you're not expecting that. But Phil, you brought this up. Should we now be expecting that from AEW? I don't want to call it like an ECW light thing, but right now they seem to be when they're doing a lot of this stuff, they're putting themselves in a position where they're in between WWE and a GCW, ECW type of promotion. And it makes things, I think it makes things a little bit difficult for families, for example. Can you bring your kid who's 10 years old to an AEW show? Is it safe for them in terms, as a parent? Because maybe, you can talk to your kids ahead of time if and say, hey, just so you may see something like this happen. So just be ready. Just realize, these guys are they're pros, and you explain to them as best you can. But then at the same time, it's still, if even though taking a syringe in the mouth, that's still a pretty graphic image. Yeah. So it's a weird place that AEW is kind of putting themselves in right now. And I'm just wondering, are they gonna, after what all the backlash they took, but they got praise too, are they gonna lean into it, or are they gonna back off of it? What do you think, Phil?
So, I feel like Tony Khan is a very top of mind kind of person. Like, never met the man, never talked to him. So this is a total perception where I'm going in with this idea. This is what we're doing. So if he has the idea of, we did it, let's step away from it. So in 6 months, we'll come back to it again and do it again. So that way there are these moments that you then have. I feel like, though, I really liked what we did, and look at the talk it got. Okay, next week we're going to do this.
Yeah.
I feel he has a little bit more of that sometimes. And I feel like he needs to pace it, because I feel like, and this is an unfortunate other side of some things in deathmatch wrestling, I think sometimes when you give it too much, then it starts to lose its effect. It loses its impact as much. So I think it needs to be spaced out. But they haven't, excuse me, let me rephrase that. They have spaced it out. They have not gone to the place where it's like every single week it's this huge escalation of stuff, because they wouldn't have been able to continue going even the way they are if they did that every single week. I'm concerned about, where do they go next? But at the same time, all right, they need a breathing point. They need some breath. Now we'll get over to here. Gone is the day when it was, the WWE. Hey, kids, don't try this at home, and then you're going in your backyard to go wrestle. Yeah. Those statements are gone. We're not. There's no parents well, maybe there is still a parents television council, and I'm not hearing from them anymore.
Yeah. Hi, pro wrestling fans. Mark Hoke here. I'd really appreciate it if you would take a moment to join the Mark Hoke Show family, and please click on the subscribe button below. Also, please stick around and check out the incredible sponsor of this video. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again on the Mark Hoke Show YouTube channel.
Hey there, adventure seeker. Ready to unlock incredible hotel deals? Get a free membership and save up to 50%. Stay grand. Spend less. The simplest site. The best unpublished hotel deals. TheTravelShark.com.